Hi folks, this is Sjsrana, Surinderjit Singh Rana reporting for October 12th, Sunday, October 12th, 2025 for my channel Sjsrana with YouTube and Sjsrana with X handle Sjsrana1. So various topic we're gonna cover over here. Most important, Israel awaits the release of hostage as per international agreement, and also we have an important topic of 1984 genocide of Sikhs in India by India Army and its Operation Blue Star, where the recent political storm has already started and it's live right now. So, a lot of other topics to cover, but we focus mostly on the major topics of the events of the world where it's reshaping humanity and the thoughts and how we perceive the human nature. So, as we all aware, we know that few years ago, not far ago, Israel was under attack on October 7th, where the Hamas launched massive attack on October 7th on Israel, basically crossing the border and the fence, and it started storming the civilians in Israel. Therefore, on October 7th, before we could understand what transpired, they have already butchered babies, minor babies, and they were basically also butchering the females, and they took hostage, and a lot of other things happened. We uncovered the basic erosion of humanity, where the females were also abused, molested, and a lot other things which were inhumane happened for the hostages of Israel. So on October 7th, we all remember this is most gruesome, barbaric event because babies were brutalized, kids were brutalized, and females were taken hostage and tortured. Had it been just a male to male fight, they would have trespassed or transgression into the Israel border, and Hamas could have taken hostage of Israel males, above 20 years or so. This could have not been a much talked about event because that could have been like, okay, there's a military exchange already going on. But since babies were involved, Hamas brutalized babies and females were raped, molested, sexually abused. This becomes inhumane and derogatory, and also not at all, even if it's on the war crimes, it can be tried because it's not even a war. Right now Russia and Ukraine is fighting the war, as you know, and this war has engulfed a lot of other nations as well, with the backing of other nations like India supporting Russia war machine by purchasing maximum oil. Then China and North Korea, we know, have alliance with the Russia, while Ukraine is being supported by UK, EU, US, and other NATO alliance, because this has engulfed into a major war. But there are no abuses of babies openly or females raped or gang raped or that nature. So this is a war where the males, or the military personnel, males or females, are fighting a war. But on October 7th, when the Hamas attacked Israel, they crossed the border, the fence. The border was violated of Israel. Israel became enraged for that one purpose alone. But then they in the whole Hamas group basically brutalized babies. They had the bad intentions or hate crimes against the babies. So that's the most inhuman act. And then they were brutalized, and then females, even kids, were not spared, molested, sexually abused. So this all event has reshaped the humanity and how we understand the barbarism of a religious warfare, you can call it, or terrorism, or you can call it like outburst of whatever the hate crime is. But this is unacceptable at all. That's why I keep repeating October 7th will never be forgotten, can never be forgotten, and not be forgiven, because babies were brutalized and females and kids were involved in this whole thing. So very sorry state at that time, but now after a few years, 2 3 years have passed, we have basically trying to heal the wounds where the hostages are being dealt or being set back to be released back to Israel, and that's the deal, international deal with Hamas and Israel, so they can have some sort of ceasefire, and that's how they're going to continue forward. So we hope for all the best. As I'm speaking right now in India, it's about you can say 20 1 hours IST India Standard Time on October 12th Sunday, and on Israel side and Hamas, they are making the negotiations and the deal, and they're expecting the release of the hostage anytime. There's a lot of celebrations going on in Israel, Tel Aviv, and other areas. So at this time, we hope, we pray that there becomes some sort of good arrangement. The release of hostages can be done as soon as possible, and let's hope for the best over here. So, from this point onwards, the world has started focusing on the barbarism of or religious warfare, or you can say a genocide or democide or Holocaust. All has become very serious in the world opinion and the world humanity. So, October 7th has reshaped perception of humanity and the barbarism which is seen around, or religious hate crimes, or you can say religious terrorism. A lot of these things have become activated, and Israel has made it sure that it basically retaliates to all those efforts where hate crimes against Israel people are basically seen, or the hate crimes. However, we still find that this fire is simmering across the world, across the globe. And if we look back not far away, when we saw in 1942 onwards, when Jews were persecuted in Germany, that was also under hate crime. It was not religious warfare, but it was hate crime from Hitler and the Nazi Party. And we saw how there was a culmination into a conviction, into the, you can say, a conviction of those people at high army post or high army servings were served as had to serve jail time, and were executed also for their hate crimes or war crimes against Jews. So this basically after 1945, this became very evident that Holocaust genocide will not be tolerated. However, we still find the world engulfed in hate crimes, religious hate crimes, and whatnot, and across the globe, with October 7th event, onwards 23, 24, we find this has become again limelight that genocide or hate crimes and barbarism is still existing in humanity. Despite there are many reminders, there are many UN HRC, or you can say UN Charter of Human Rights, prevention of genocide. All these activities are gaining momentum across the world, but still we find that this thing is plaguing the humanity going forward. So moving forward, we find a similar event which occurred in 1984, infamous 1984 of India, also genocide. The India government still calls it riots, simple mere riots, where the India army in thousands and thousands marched with their tanks into the holiest of holy temple of Sikhs. And in 1984, under the infamous lady prime minister, first lady prime minister of India, Indira Gandhi, basically under the hate crimes or under the hate mongering, or have a sort of a political emergency which overtook democracy and turned into a dictatorship with emergency launched. So it turned the whole nation into a hate crime, into a hate mongering, into a, you can call it a genocidal nation, India. That's why India is a blot now as a genocidal nation, unless the whole chapter is rewritten. And in current context, they have big event where they try to circumvent the conditions and the army and the other political factions or the state machinery which starts respecting the human rights. So on 1984, the infamous First Lady Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, launched massive attack on the holiest holy temple of Sikh, Amritsar, which is also famous as Golden Temple, and it's also called Harmandir Sahib. And recent comments by the ex-Congress leader P. Chandabram, who basically commented on public forum that this was a mistake, a huge mistake, a blunder you can call, under Operation Disguise Blue Star, where the Sikhs or the faith people, ethnic minorities in India, which are not more than 2%, were basically targeted by the ulterior motives, or you can say political vindictiveness, of Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi. And it turned the whole state machinery into a genocidal machine. You can call it a democide or genocide, because state machinery was involved, so democide. Genocide is when state machinery is not involved and other political factions or other people are involved. However, when a state machinery gets involved, the right word to use is democide. So you can see here are the pictures on your screen, very sorrowful picture, very dismayed to see, and also religious sentiments were hurt all across. During 1984, they had the India Army tanks, or India Army tanks basically launched attack from tanks on temple. So it's a battle between temple and tanks. It's not a battle between, you can say, some rogue guys and between the officials, but it was tanks versus temple. This is the most horrific event in the history of humankind, where the tanks were used against a temple. Normally, there are people who would take out people. There are, you can say, extractions, there are executions, there are other strikes, counter-terrorism, or counter, you can say, riots, or, those things are deployed, but never tanks against temple. So this is first time which India gave to the world tanks versus temple battle. Yep. This is first time India, civilized India, what they call a civilized India, gave to the world that tanks versus temple battle was first time seen. Tanks are never used against temple. Tanks are used in military operations against the nations. But India Army, under the leadership of first Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, with a genocidal mindset, genocidal nation India, launched a battle first of its kind, tanks versus temple. The holy temple. Yep, they had a fight for the temple. They wanted to ruin the temple. It was not few people who they were interested in, or they call it so-called terrorists or so-called extremists or militants, whatever you name it. They have their own wordings, but they used tanks versus temple, India Army. So this was the most horrific event in the recent history, and it has turned again the humanity into a turning point where they understand that tanks of the army versus temple battle was first time seen in history of humankind. So everything was being watched from sky as well. The BBC reported it. The Britishers, the UK intelligence I7 at that time watched from sky using their satellites, because drones are recent inventions or introduction, but at that time satellite imagery were being used. Still imagery was being used by the intelligence. They gathered all this intelligence and they have these images under the archives of UK intelligence and US intelligence, where they were horrified to see that India Army was using tanks on temples. Yep, it was not few people or militants or groups. They have to basically, you can say, flush it out or whatever the case may be. But they were fighting tanks in temple. Yep, they wanted to have tanks. This is the most horrific event in the history. So 1984 genocide in India can never be forgotten by genocidal India and the world. That India still carries the blood of genocide, and it may keep denying it, because as usual, as you know, genocidal India is a state of denial. It always denies everything. It denies that Trump, US admin, had any role in recent May 2025 war between Pakistan and India. That US or Trump has any role in negotiating a ceasefire. So India is always state of denial, folks, and India is the only nation, genocidal nation, which has 0 gold medals in France Olympics 2024 with 1.7 billion population. Yep, genocidal India is the only nation where the largest number of hate criminals, hate mongers, largest number of you can say rapists, serial rapists, and sex trafficking, prostitution, all these negativity takes place. It's the only place in the world is India. Always remember, because it gave its strength, performance, action on Olympics France 2024, where India, genocidal India, won 0 gold medal. Racist India, incest India. India is also popular as the largest incest nation on planet. Yep. They are raping their sisters. Many are raping their mothers. They're raping the fathers are raping their daughters. It's very popular in India, folks. It's known as incest India. As you would know on the Google, if you search, that India is one of the largest nations with the population doing incest. Fathers are raping their daughters. Mothers are raping their son. Son is raping their mother. And the cousins, it's very common that cousins rape each other in India or sexually abuse. It's very common in India. India has 1.7 billion population. Obviously, there has to be some reason, some entertainment where they are producing mass number of babies, and incest India is popular. That's why in Olympics 2024 France, incest India scored 0 gold medals, while China, having the same number of population, scored maximum gold medals in a neck-to-neck competition with the US. So this is the difference when there is incest in India, when there is infested India with rapists, serial rapist, the whole machinery, the state machinery, the India government, genocidal government, or genocidal India is working towards hate crimes, towards abusing ethnic minorities, doing digital arrest, doing digital slavery. All these, when the democracy turns into a dictatorship, a demon, a devil, then you find these outcomes. And the first outcome you will see is in Olympics, where they will never perform, because the gold medals in Olympics cannot be won merely by just lies, deceit, deception, hate crimes, or genocide mindset. It cannot be won. Those people or those nations who have a genocidal mindset can never win a gold medal in Olympics. It is as simple as that. So, okay, folks, again, coming back to my last video release on YouTube, as you can see over here, which was on October 4, DD I was covering, and it generated almost 2K views within 48 hours, and there were a lot of commotion. There were a lot of you can see interactions and mentions of this YouTube video. You can always watch, which is Sjsrana sightings October 4th, where whenever I have a sighting, I just share with you. And Diddy Combs I was covering for prostitution. He got jailed for 4 years for prostitution, basically turning females into prostitutes. So this is very important concept where people are turning profits by using females or sex, or you can call it prostitution. And India has the largest number of such victims. It has almost 150 million sex trafficking victims, and prostitution, you can call it 80%, forced prostitution. Then apart from this 150 million people, there are almost anticipated 300 million people daily being traded and prostituted with some sort of a gimmickry or game in every neighborhood of India, played after 4 p.m. Door-to-door prostitution is very popular in India, folks. India is a nation known for prostitution, and they don't call it, because also India is known as state of denial. As you are always aware, it denies that Trump, US admin, had any role in ceasefire between India and Pakistan in May 2025. So it's known as state of denial. It will always deny, and it's a state of surveillance. India is known as state of surveillance. It's a genocidal state. India is also known as a genocidal nation. So all these activities with India, with the negativity, maximum negativity can be seen from India. So folks, let's come to the major topics which world is awakening to, that India has been celebrated by world leadership and governments as it implemented quickly over 1 billion people with digital ID, or you can say digital bioprints. And not just limited to digital ID, what they call it as a digital ID, very simple term, but what other academia and other people have come to expose, that India is using this technology of digital ID or digital identification to use digital slavery. So this is what I'm highlighting, folks, because as you know, from 2010, I've been doing a social service. I'm doing a service to humankind, humanity always awakening, always working as a lightning rod for you to people, as a lightning rod which will shine from sky, can be seen from sky, as flashing lightning rod. So this is basically to basically awaken the humanity, that what these technologies or what governments are trying to implement and what their ulterior motive is. So digital ID, digital identification, where even the UK PM UK PM Mr. Starmer visited India for same purpose, that how could you implement this advanced technology of digital slavery so soon and so quickly, whereas in UK we are still struggling, grappling how to implement this and why people will revolt and what will happen, the outcome. Whereas India government says it was seamless. There was no resentment. There was no resistance by the sheeps of India with zero gold medal people in France Olympic 2024. That's why they got zero gold medal, because they have no resistance. They have no moral and ethical values in them. So they don't resist. The government can do anything about it. They can do a genocide, democide. They are all happy with it as long as they're getting sex delivery or door-to-door prostitution of females. Everybody's happy in India. With 1.7 billion population, everybody's happy. The more door-to-door prostitution, more illicit drug production by India, Make in India under Make in India banner. Yeah, India is the largest illicit drug producing nation, genocidal India. So all these qualities, people are very wonderstruck. The whole UN, the whole leadership of the world, even the sky is watching. The aliens must have been watching this, that how come India is doing all this such stuff where they are doing digital slavery. They can do basically a genocide openly and still get away with it. It's like a state of denial. So all these things are going ahead, folks. Awaken yourself, that people are awakening. They're already watching. The activists are raising the red flag over India digital identification banner, where they're doing a digital slavery. Under this digital slavery banner, they can basically restrict a person. All its conversation, all its communication can be restricted, isolated to that person alone. Even though that person, just like me, as Sjsrana is doing all this sort of work, I'm doing this YouTube making, I've been running this site since 2010, working for humanity, onewordpress.wordpress.com, and with the government has already implemented against me. I've seen it personally, that they have restricted my calls, what calls can income to my phone, to my WhatsApp, to my other communication methods, what calls can go forward to other people contact, or what emails will come through. They all have a hijacking mechanism. It's called digital arrest. They will not tell you, they will not give you any indication, or they will not come to a doorstep that this is a court service. It's the order from the court that you are under digital arrest for this is reason. No. India government, a genocidal nation, will always do a genocide, first of all, on ethnic minorities, Sikh faith people and Christian faith people, first of all. Secondly, it will try to isolate human rights activists, because India hates human rights activists. Remember this word. I repeat again, as Sjsrana, Surinderjit Singh Rana is proclaiming, India hates human rights activist people because it doesn't want it, that they are exposing their black karma or deeds. That's why genocidal India has been shunned out of UN Human Rights Charter. Are you aware of that? No India Human Rights Organization or India Human Rights has been accredited by the UN Human Rights Charter for consecutive 2 times. They have been shunted out, thrown out like a fly, like a dirty fly. That's what India is all about, folks. You have to understand India. Don't follow the divinity of mask of M.K. Gandhi. No, it's not that. It's entirely diametrically opposite. They have a hate criminal mindset, genocidal mindset. They're always attacking saints, innocent saints. They're always anti human rights people, civil rights people. They're always anti inside their dogma, but they present themselves as, they are the saint people. So, okay, folks, here I'll share today's October 12th, Sunday, 2025 clipping of my CCTV front yard. I'm going to cut short because it was lengthy, over half an hour, but I cut short into just 5-7 minutes to give you snippets. So time is about 11:24 a.m. or you can call 1124 hours IST India Standard Time, and date is October 12th, 2025. It is Sunday. And as you can see on the front yard, I have my gates open because today I was available and I had to visit some of the grocery store, being Sunday. But as you can see, this spooky guy standing in front of my residence, I don't know who he was. I saw it for the first time. And this guy, as you can see in my front yard, was standing for quite some time, for 5-10 minutes. So I had to rush out of the house just to ask whether he's searching for something or looking for me or something else. Then he said, "No, I'm waiting for someone in your next door." And I was not sure what he's talking about, because he was parking his car in front, and I was asking, "Is this your car?" He says, "Yes." I said, "You have parked in front of my front yard. Is there any reason?" Because it attracts me why people are parking in front of my front yard. He says, "No, it's just like I parked it here." I said, "Okay, fine, but if you can move it away, because I have to take my car out, and while backing, I do feel some problems, because I have to back my car. As you can see, it's facing my front yard and it's facing my door. I have to do a back. I have to do a backup, and on backup, it can hit some car if I'm not getting right space." But he was belligerent. I was very surprised that he was not at all willing to agree that he would move his car, even though it was in front yard of mine, and he himself was standing in front yard of mine, over the other area. But I asked him, like, if you are visiting the other house or next door neighbor, then you must be standing there, or you must be parking there. As you can see, there's ample amount of space all around. Why he's parking his car here? It's some Honda City sort of thing. And upon consistent persuasion of him, he was belligerent. He was totally like with some mindset with him. I was not sure at that time that why he's being argumentative with me, while I'm only asking that you park your car wherever you are coming to visit. You don't park here in front of my front yard over here and then create nonsense and nuisance. It's basic civil sense, which, as you know, India people all across the world are popular for lacking this basic civic sense or civil way of living the life. And people in UK are fed up, in US are fed up with India mindset, where they lack civil sense, and they start behaving like, total, you can say, some sort of lost people, lost civilization. Over here, then I had to come again out and ask him, like, there are other group of people, 2 or 3 I saw. I said, "Is this your driver, or what this person is?" Because he's arguing with me over the car parked in front of my front yard. As you can see on the fences I have on my house, just to protect from trespassers, morons, criminals of India. India has the largest number of trespassing moron and criminal population. As you're aware, wherever they get chance, they'll trespass. If you don't have fence to protect yourself, these people are belligerent in trespassing. India is known as trespassing criminal morons population. Largest number of trespassing moron criminals population are from India. That's why India lacks civic sense and civil sense when they are seen outside of India. In UK, in New Zealand, people are fed up. In Australia, people are fed up with India community, as they lack civil sense. As you have millions and millions of views, videos posted online by people who are fed up with India anti-civic mindset. So anyways, folks, over here I was just trying to give him that you can move your car. I don't want to argue with you because I don't have time. You may be having a lost mindset, or you may be just like some person who have a hate crime, because finding me isolated, you want to create some sort of provocation or incite me for something. That seems to be the case over here. You can see this guy, this spooky chap, again coming onto my door, asking me to do argument with me. He says, "No, this road is common road. It belongs to all of us, and we can park wherever we want." I saw these guys for the first time, folks. I've never seen them over here. Perhaps they're a new resident to my villa, which is 77, as you can see over here, Galaxy Enclave, Jaipur, India. This is a real estate, and my villa is 77, and these guys are next door, which is 78, just next door. And I was again startled. I was not sure what these guys are up to, because I really don't get time. I don't have time for these spooky people, or people who are useless, nonsense, or anti-civil people, or people who have some hate crimes in their mindset. But anyways, you can see my clipping for a long time. You can see the car went away, but this guy, this belligerent guy, this hate criminal mindset guy, or you can say a nincompoop, or you can say some sort of absurdity, he started again the arguments while I was residing inside the house. Inside the house, he started shouting that, "No, I'm standing. This is the place I can stand. I can block your main door entrance. I have all the rights. It's given to me by India government that I can block your main gate entrance." And I was really shocked. I said, this guy must be a mental lunatic, or a ludicrous person, or must be a gangster, a mobster, who is trying to threaten me, on my residence. He's threatening me openly, saying, I can stand on this road, it belongs to me, and your residence, I can block the main entrance of your residence, you cannot say anything to me. And for a moment, I thought he must be a lunatic. He must be from a mental asylum. This guy has been thrown out from the mental asylum, and he has come to basically incite me or provoke me. Because many times I've seen people targeting me, being ethnic minority in India. As you know, genocidal India, the state machinery works for that purpose. But again, I was being open. I was saying, what is wrong with this guy? But again, you can see this guy started argumenting with me. I was on my first floor, and from first floor, I had to come out and see why this guy is shouting. He says, you come down. I said, why I have to come down? You are acting like a beggar, like a tramp beggar who is standing on a front door, arguing with me and blocking my main gate entrance, and say, this is my India government right, that I can block your entrance. You cannot do anything about it. Then he was belligerently trying to provoke inside the residents around, the neighborhood around. He was trying to create a panic and chaos. Everybody, everywhere you can see, he was moving around. So, anyways, folks, this was at least half an hour episode drama today. But anyways, I was fed up. I said, I don't want to argue anymore. But you will be given the karma. Your karma will coil back onto you what you have done today. You have shown your civic sense. And if this is the neighborhood, which is, they say they are a newcomer to 78 Villa, which is next to mine. You can see left of mine. I had escalated this matter to my office over here, Galaxy Enclave. Okay, you can see these people from office come to visit me, and they had some other topics as well, where I had some sort of issues with the drainage or with the seepage, and all of the things which I've called them. And you can see around 2 p.m. on October 12th, these are guys from office who are visiting me to inspect, to see where the seepage is coming from, or is there a problem with the drainage, or is there a problem with the pipes, the water pipes, so whatnot. So, folks, this is how I want to give you the glimpse of my sightings today, which is October 12th, 2025. And you can see what kind of people you have to deal with in India, and what kind of people are there, and how you have to be correct or righteous on your path dealing with such people, as well as you saw the other episode with those trap guys, those uncivic guys, uncivilized guys who barged on my residence, who basically claimed that the road belongs to them and they can block the entrance of any person, any neighborhood. I asked them, challenged them, try this onto the other neighborhood, because you always are trying to isolate me, to pick me, or to do a hate crimes against a single person. Because as you are aware, I'm a single person. I reside by myself. Many people are aware of that, and they have a hate crimes against me. Mostly India people I've seen have hate crimes against me. I don't know for what reason, but I see 90% of India males have hate crimes against me as Sjsrana, Surinderjit Singh Rana. This is what I'm giving you as a fact. And you can say the generic population is against me because I'm exposing the black karma or the black deeds of India, always telling them that you could not win even a single gold medal in France Olympic 2024. Your action, performance, strength, stamina is not reflected on world stage. Perhaps it's only reflected on bedrooms, washroom, houses of India over your females. That's the action, performance, strength which Putin likes, or the Russia likes now. That's why Russia is partnering with India based on Olympics France 2024 results. Putin is very pleased with India action, performance, stamina in bedroom, washroom, houses of India over their females. Hi folks, how are you doing? This is Sjsrana, Surinderjit Singh Rana reporting for October 4th, 2025. Time local over here is about 5:40 p.m. IST Indian Standard Time, or it's 1740 hours IST Indian Standard Time. So again, some of the topics which I'm going to cover and some sightings of myself later in the video, and then the tail part. So basically this time we're going to cover major event which has been going on cascading since last 1.5 year for DDCOMs. The DDCOM, as you know, the trial which started in May 2025 ended with the verdict, but the sentencing was pending. So from October 3rd and 4th we see sentencing ongoing, and on October 3rd 2025 DDCOMs was sentenced for only 4 years. This was most amazing and most disgusting to hear. He just got 4 years. Obviously we know, I commented on the trial, that it seems like it was a mistrial, or it is just like a, you can say, a phony trial. It doesn't make sense because the deeds he has done, or the females he has ruined in the life, and other things which he has run as a prostitution ring, involves a bigger ball game. But it was just he was just entailed, or he was just made responsible for 2 females, so, which is, as you know, Jessica Ventura, and other one Jane. So we do see there are repercussions. There are people who are still remorseful why they got arrested, or why they were being cheerful for DDCOMs, despite knowing his sedative, his very secretive lifestyle, and involving a lot of parties, night parties and freakouts. So in the end, once the can of worms were open, people knew about it. But other than that, he was a celebrity. A lot of big names were attaching himself or their self with them, with DDCOMs. But now everything is gone in thin air. It's just disappeared. So this is what happens when person is doing sex trafficking, or we will not go sex trafficking because the jury has not convicted him of sex trafficking, but prostitution ring, obviously. So 4 years, and without any bail. He pleaded for 4-page documents to the judge for a bail, immediate bail, so that he can come out and enjoy his life. But even though his kids were present in the court, but due to the severity of the sentencing and reduction, I guess they did a reduction on some plea bargain, so he just got only 4 years, which is very strange, bizarre, and it seems like injustice to the females, because only 2 female could come with claims openly, but there are other females as well. So DDCOMS was seen as shattered and was dismayed by no bail, and also with 4 years of conviction as sentencing. So we do see a lot of commotion in the court, and we saw a lot of other things happening surrounding it. But however, this case reminds everyone that, you know, high names, high value people, also high value males specifically, can be powerful predators, and females who fall prey for such males, you know, very affluent males, can be prostituted. And if they are accepting prostitution by the way of life, for career, for anything else, then they are themselves responsible. As you know, I've been reporting these events from 2010 consistently under the Sjsrana banner, which is for Surinderjit Singh Rana. And as you can see on the snapshot on your screen, it is before its news, where I started in 2010 after I landed back to India from North America. I've been covering various topics which are very sensitive also as well. They are enlightening. They are basically a lightning rod which basically enlightens people and bring them to equilibrium, or to the equal footing with other people. So as you can see, India performance in Olympic France 2024 will be remembered forever, and they got 0 gold medal, and people still ask and wonder what India 800 million males plus what are they doing, what their performance is, action, performance, stamina. So mostly people are aware sex trafficking is most popular entertainment in India. Prostitution is very popular. Now there is also door-to-door prostitution. India government has not started service tax on door-to-door prostitution yet, but a lot of government officials are getting the benefits. They are themselves involving themselves with door-to-door prostitution. In the evening after 4 p.m., the door-to-door prostitution starts in India. Also, India is celebrating, as I can see, a massive festival in October, starting October 2025 with the prostitution. Door-to-door prostitution is seen everywhere. So you got to be aware. Just open your eyes and see around your neighborhood what's going around. Which females are being delivered to the neighborhood residents. So from drone, from sky, you can always watch. There are going to be frequency of more females arriving, or males taking out females, grabbing here and there and taking them out somewhere in the hotel, and what nonsense they're doing, the raping them or molesting them or hijacking them, terrorizing them. This is very popular in India, folks. So door-to-door prostitution per India Constitution 1947, and the festival of prostitution has already begun by October 2025 as it starts, and I think for 6 months they will celebrate the festival of prostitution in India. So there are 770 million females, they say. The pimps, which are seen on the street, most popular, most abundantly available, male escorts, which are mostly seen picking up females and girls around. You can always see in your neighborhood. They are basically pimps. They are changing females every day. A new female arrives to their doorstep, and most of the deep state rapists are there, which are reaping the benefit of this door-to-door prostitution per India Constitution 1947. So since DDComs reveals that how prostitution can take place, and in a very secretive manner, and nobody knows, even though the parties were being held at the affluent zones, areas of Los Angeles, New York, and a lot of major cities, but nobody could figure out that DDComs was doing prostitution. Prostitute males and prostitute females were being given to powerful males. So these all businesses are picking up in India in a massive scale. I always say there are millions of Epstein, Glenn Maxwell type personalities in India enjoying supplying females to the government officials daily, every night, and they are supplying females at the hotels in India. Also, such parties, big time parties like DDComs, are always very affluent, prevalent in India. But India government, as you know, knows the prostitution is the GDP growth. So they know that prostitution means GDP growth. Door-to-door prostitution is very important for India government. That's why they never have a crackdown. You never hear DDComs type trial or Epstein, Glenn Maxwell type trials in India, because India government knows the backbone, the importance of prostitution, door-to-door prostitution in India. And you can see from drone and from sky, their house, their residence will be having high frequency of visitors, males and females, and different visitors every day. That means that house is reserved, that residence is reserved for door-to-door prostitution mostly. So India is very popular, be aware. And Jaipur city is called the rape city of India. Yep, the city is named as the rape city, not the pink city, but it's known now as the rape city of India, where the highest number of rapes take place, hijacking of females, prostitution takes place, and pimps are seen around. Male prostitutes are picking up females and taking them to their residence and houses. You can all watch from sky. President of India, Prime Minister of India, Supreme Court knows it. They have these resources to watch from sky. They know which residence is serving door-to-door prostitution for India government. But they don't crack down, because India government officials are getting the best benefit of door-to-door prostitution. So folks, be very aware. This mask of divinity of India is getting revealed to you, because now you can watch from sky. Now they cannot hide themselves. They can run, but they cannot hide. So now you come to know the India from sky, that why door-to-door prostitution is popular in India, why deep state rapists are raping new females every day. Because they have 770 million females to choose from. They are doing day and night surveillance on their phone, their activities, their call tracks. That's the deep state of India. They're doing surveillance on female, then they do a target picking, and they start grooming the females. And there's a whole network of people. There are millions and millions of people who are getting the jobs in India for serving the door-to-door prostitution for 1.7 billion population. You can imagine the base they have. They have the largest base for prostitution. No wonder India GDP growth is all relying on door-to-door prostitution per India Constitution. So folks, I keep giving you glimpses on October 4th as I was out for my important grocery from other stuff, which I have to get some batteries, which were very important for me. I had to get some batteries to do some solar installation setup, and so I was out for almost you can say 1.5 hours. So starting from, you can say, almost about 2 p.m. Around 2 p.m. I was out, 2:30, 2:40 p.m. Then I landed back around 13:50 hours IST, India Standard Time. So because I usually don't get outside unless I have a major work to complete, So as you can see, I'm closing my door, my slider door, and the other door. Whenever they're open, that means I'm around, I'm doing some work. And when they're closed, that means I'm not available. Very simple gesture, very simple indication that the door is closed, I'm not available. Once I land in, once I'm inside my house, I'm into my spiritual meditation, obviously preparing material for you folks. This YouTube, you can see another onewordpress.wordpress.com, and before its news. Since 2010, I've been serving humanity. But the imposters, deep state rapists around my neighborhood, as you are aware, this neighborhood you can see, there are many deep state rapists, the professional rapists, male escorts, who are picking up females on because they are enjoying the benefit of my name. And people perhaps who wants to meet me, they will be hijacked, they will be diverted to the India deep state rapist and terrorists. They will terrorize them, and they'll say, no, you cannot meet the original personality as Sjsrana, because it's banned from government of India. Perhaps that sort of barking or that sort of bargaining they must be doing with the people who want to meet me, strangers who get to know from a social media, because I've been doing from 2010. But I really tell you, I don't meet even a single person, or a single person doesn't meet me. As you can see, it takes me 10 to 15 minutes to take out my car and to come back again, to land back again. But again, you can see no one is there, no one is seen around, it's all empty. It's every time the same story, because deep state terrorists of India, the rapists of India, are grabbing, hijacking everything. As you are aware, parcel shipment, grand larceny on Sjsrana, Surinderjit Singh Rana since 2023 over here, as you can see. So I always give this disclaimer, which you can see at the footer part of this clipping. CCTVs, you can see the footer part where I'm saying that Sjsrana, which is me, Surinderjit Singh Rana, has never taken anything, parcel, car, international visa, lottery, or females, girls, or stuff, or pager, or you can say credit card, or anything of that nature which has come in my name, has all been hijacked by deep state rapist and terrorist of India. Because as you know, India is a genocidal nation, so it loves to do a genocide covertly. It targets Sikh faith people and Christian faith people covertly. It will do 24 by 7 surveillance. So I'm aware many times it's 24 by 7 surveillance on me for no good reason. Even though I have a saintly life, I live all by myself, I just have 2 cats and myself with me, but they do 24 by 7 surveillance, because this is how they come to know the ideas, the new things, and then they sell it to the world. So India, deep state terrorists and their genocidal mindset will never change, I tell you. They have committed a genocide in 1984. They have committed some massacre in 2002 in Gujarat and elsewhere, and it continues like that. The mindset cannot change, I tell you folks. India mindset of committing a genocide will never change. It's like hardwired into their DNA. So that's why India has the largest number of communal violence. You can check the track record of India. Largest number of communal violence is in India, and largest number of riots is in India. Largest number of prostitutes, male prostitutes and female prostitutes is in India. Largest number of sex trafficking victims, over 150 million victims, are in India. Largest amount of illicit drug trafficking is India. Largest amount of illicit drug production is India. So a lot of these largest things are always attached to India. Largest hate criminal population is in India, and last but not the least, zero gold medal nation is India. Yep, when it comes to actual performance, action, stamina, then India has the largest number of gold medal, which is zero. Over here, they also have the largest number of medals, which is zero gold medal. That's the name India, and the strength of 800 million males. Performance, action, stamina. They are world-class performance, action and stamina can be seen in their houses, bedrooms, washrooms daily. You can do surveillance on them. Don't do surveillance on me. You will get nothing. You can get some good clipping of raping of females when you surveillance the 800 million males of India, where they do action, performance, stamina, strength for daily, day-to-day gold medals in bedroom washrooms of India houses. But they don't perform in real Olympics, which is France 2024. That's the real DNA of India. They perform with zero gold medal, but they still claim they are very powerful people. They have a lot of power in them. They have strength. They have stamina. They can outperform anyone. They do yoga. India is also known as a yoga nation, and that's why they have France Olympics 2024 with zero gold medals. So okay folks, as you can see, I'm using various CCTVs and cameras since I live alone by myself. So I have a lot of coverage of cameras around my vicinity, around my residence, and as you can see this, I'm using this camera. There's a delivery. I have a delivery from Amazon today for my cats. Yep, I ordered cat foods and I got delivery in time from Amazon. And this guy has shown up from Amazon. You can see his van, and he entered in the residence just to deliver the cat food. So it's about 5 p.m. October 4th, which is 1700 hours, October 4th, 2025. So I got delivery in time, and that's the only person who could enter in my residence, who is allowed, permitted from the Amazon. Because other people can be trespassers, because there are a lot of trespassing morons around my neighborhood who will trespass into my rooftop. So this guy, from Amazon, got my delivery for cat food, and I was just trying to give him the heads up and give him the notification. Yes, I've received it, even though I was inside my door, inside my residence, but I got the message. I could see from CCTV that some guy has entered in. Then I saw the van, as you can see up front, and so there is some problem earlier in delivery of Amazon, but right now at least they've improved a lot in the service around my area over here. So I've been using it at times when it's urgent. So you can see this guy dropped that my cat food on my doorstep. And then I'm going to pick up in about 5 minutes. So folks, just so that you're aware, so it was delivered on time. This is from Amazon. I get this receipt on Sjsrana at yahoo.com. So you can see it was delivered at my residence over here at Galaxy Enclave, Jaipur, India, Villa 77. So they have improved their service a lot, so I appreciated it. I gave them 4 stars from 5. Out of 5 stars, I gave them 4. So a lot of other stuff I keep ordering from Amazon.com. So I find it good. I've been using Amazon services in US as well. While I was in Los Angeles, I use PayPal a lot. So you can see on my Sjsrana at yahoo.com emails that always mention PayPal. But I guess my account over there in the US doesn't work because I'm not residing there anymore. So there's a problem with the PayPal, that there is no account which is to substantiate that or to give them the basis. So that's a minor problem. Once I will be in US sometime, I may get it activated back again. So this is the dry food, digital dry food the cat loves. So I have given you that.